Hey everybody, this is David Skarica, stock chart of the day for February 22nd, 2024. My father's birthday. Happy birthday to my father, my dad. I won't say how old he is because he's at the age where he tells me he doesn't want to talk about how old he is. I'm getting there too, so I understand. So NVIDIA, more blowout earnings. Looked like it might have been starting to roll over. Popped right back here. It's putting the S&P, and we'll look at the QQQ here. NASDAQ almost new highs. S&P new highs. So one thing that's interesting about this, of course, AI boom continues. NVIDIA is the leader. It has now become the leading stock. Let's face it. It's probably maybe still not as widely held, but it's probably the most hyped stock that people talk about now. It's probably overtaking. I don't even hear much about Apple anymore. Apple, Amazon, Amazon is getting put in the Dow, by the way, but Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, those magnificent seven. I think this is, the one that will, it'll end up being a poster board. Look at all parabolic collapse, charts collapse. We must remember that. So NVIDIA is going to collapse. I'm sure it's great for the people that are doing the ride right now, but how sustainable is this, right? I thought it had gone parabolic here, and I did pretty well on the short side of NVIDIA in 2022. And luckily I had, other than I just, so you know, I did do a small NVDS position. It was like 2% of my portfolio. And I just sold it today, whatever. I ended up losing, I think, I lost about 18% on the trade, which is, as 2% of my portfolio, like 0.36%. So it wasn't like a big deal. But yeah, this is not sustainable at some point, so we're just gonna have to see, what happens here. You see the gap up there, which kind of launched it here. So like I said, all parabolic curves collapse. This will be no different. I just don't know when. It could go to $1,000, before something happens. So one of my subscribers sent me this interesting note from the Kobisi letter. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing that incorrect. I want to keep his identity. It was a text message, and you can see his name there on the screen share. So I kind of want to I just picked, I just copied and pasted here into Google Docs. And you can see that the top 10% of the stocks reflect 75% of the most since the Great Depression, 1931. And I think it was like lower than even at the 29 top. 29 top had those mega companies too, RCA, Ford, et cetera, et cetera. And NVIDIA is bigger than all the energy stocks in the S&P combined, considering that this 2 years ago, the S&P energy sector was 5 times bigger than NVIDIA. So that just shows you how absolutely insane we've gone in the market. It's become very top heavy. If we let's look at a lot of these starts, you can see Microsoft here back near the highs. Amazon isn't quite here, but Amazon looks like it's going to go to new highs, especially being in the Dow. Apple's kind of the laggard right now, but even Apple, could base around here. You can see the moves. All these are longer term charts, right? Meta, Facebook, of course, up 4% today, another new all-time high. So yeah, they've all kind of like a gapped higher, like, the these big declines in 2022 seem a long time ago, don't they? So anyhow, that's today's stock chart of the day. This is going to be a goodie, I guess, but a quickie. Yeah, that NVIDIA is now, I mean, maybe the contrarian sign was that like Kathy Wood actually sold some, I think, before this happened, thinking it was, overvalued. So, so what do you, what can you expect? I mean, what can you do, right? So that's the stock chart of the day, NVIDIA. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Yeah, this one I wanted to make a quick one, but and I think, oh, I'm gonna get ARC right here. Yeah, you can see ARC has come up too, and it's up a little bit. Probably up more if she didn't sell some of her position in NVIDIA, but it's just, it's just like, all these bubbles I found, I've been around doing this for 25 plus years now, and they all go up longer than you think and higher than you think. The market seemed to be even more extreme in nature than they were before. It's funny, we think that because of all this technology it should be more efficient. I think in a way, all this technology has made people greedier, more short-term orientated, and the market's less efficient. But anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit on, that concentration in the top stocks. And yeah, we'll get back to maybe a more macro style chart. Oh, I just saw an excellent video on a guy who shorted Enron. So that's going to be one of my Legends of Traders series next week. And I hope you enjoy that one as well. Everybody take care. Bye.